No trailhead road required for this one. It starts right from the Nordic Center parking lot, which in the winter is often busy with families out sledding, snowshoers, and skiers. Yes, that arrow was pointing the other way, but I was too tempted by the river, so I did a little extra exploring first. You can't go very far, but it was pretty, and there were some unusual pipes in the river where the way becomes impassable. Today, I tried out a skate ski lesson, and after concluding that I wasn't coordinated enough to pick it up in a single session, I decided to take a little solo adventure and explore the lake instead. This trail does allow dogs, but I wasn't sure how the skiing would go, so our little guy stayed at home today. This is back on the actual trail. I saw plenty of other people with snowshoes earlier in the day, but either they had already returned or they had picked another trail. The Nordic Center maintains several snowshoe trails, and this wasn't one of them, but they recommended it as the prettiest. On paper, this trail looks like a short jaunt through the woods, with enough elevation gain to make it a decent workout. In reality, it is all those things, but it covers some fairly challenging terrain, with lots of trees down that can make it somewhat treacherous in the winter. I'm an experienced snowshoer, comfortable in the mountains, but this one made me nervous. With more snow, it would likely be a bit safer, but there were so many mostly covered water crossings and questionable snow bridges that I regret my choice of doing this solo and not having my satellite device. I saw a group coming from this direction earlier in the day with someone with a dislocated shoulder, and I don't know if they were back here or not, but it seems likely. Being out here in the fresh snow is lovely and gave everything a magical shimmer, while turning the trail into a bit of a fun mental puzzle. In the winter, it can be easy to become complacent and blindly follow a boot path, assuming that whoever made it knows the way. Today, that often wasn't an option. Sometimes there were tracks going all directions at once, and other times there were no tracks at all. I saw one set of tracks that even randomly crossed over the river on a series of snow-covered logs. The lighting on the lake in the mountains was lovely, and it was shocking to have a place like this to myself on such a beautiful day. These mountains are Jim Hill Mountain and Sam Hill Peak. Standing here, they look quite formidable, and it's odd that either inspired the word hill to be attached to them. Perhaps it was irony? If you know or have a theory, please share in the comments. I made my way back through the shimmering snowy maze of trails without too much trouble. And while it was nice to have it all to myself, I was relieved when I made it back to the parking lot. Thank you for joining us on this adventure. There are hiking resources below and information on free ways to help support this channel. The easiest is liking and subscribing. Thank you. Happy exploring.